All right, returning now to a local business celebrating a milestone. We first introduced you to Sanctuary Studios here in Moline a year ago when they opened as the only pay-what-you-can yoga studio in the area. And now they're celebrating their 1-year anniversary. It's why we have Sanctuary Studios founder Sarah Stevens joining us once again on The Current. Sarah, thank you so much for being back.
Thanks for the invitation, Shelby.
Congratulations on 1 year. How are you feeling?
Tired, but also just like really honored by the way the community has shown up.
Well, let's talk about the way they show up. For people that have never been to Sanctuary, how does it work?
We make it really simple, actually. There really is no barrier to moving your body with us, and that is by design. So we have an emphasis on accessibility, not just necessarily in the way that the classes are structured. So we talk about how every body belongs at Sanctuary, which means that we don't level our classes. There's no beginner, or intermediate, or advanced. We just are all welcome all the time. But beyond that, we also make it possible for people to be able to move with us even if they can't pay anything. So pay what you can means pay what you can. It's a little unnerving to people. They really want to know, like, but how much should it be?
Right.
And my answer is always whatever it is that you can offer us. And in response to that, our studio broke even in the 4th month of operation, which just kind of offers us this invitation to consider that maybe we could do things a little bit differently and everybody can still get their needs met.
And when you do something like that, when you reach a milestone that fast, it allows you to grow over your first year. I mean, you doubled the amount of weekly classes that you offer. You hired a bunch of new teachers. I mean, what has this growth been like for you?
Also, sort of surprising, actually. I feel like business owners don't often say that. I don't think that they often acknowledge the surprise maybe sometimes when their idea is met with such obvious acceptance. So for me, there's been some adjustment, I think is what I'm trying to say. But I've just found that as long as I continue to sort of follow this same path about if we prioritize accessibility, then the community shows up in reciprocal relationship and our needs are met. Sometimes it's scary to grow quickly because you're not sure that you're going to be able to sustain it. I have every confidence that this community is going to keep showing up the same way.
I mean, the numbers are incredible. You had 4,200 people show up in your first year. I know you believed in this mission a year ago, but did you expect a number like that?
No. Actually, I don't know if I didn't so much doubt that we would be able to reach people who wanted to come move their bodies, because I actually believe people want to do that, intuitively we want to. What I wasn't sure about what would happen is the economic piece of this, and I think that's the part I really want to focus on, because it's one thing to just create accessibility, but it's another thing to be able to sustain that. And I don't know that I was certain that a pay-what-you-can model would work. Although if you would have asked me, I would have said, watch me.
Right, exactly.
But now I have seen the way that not only do we meet our basic needs, but we exceed our basic needs. So we get to make other decisions about how we reinvest in the community.
So then what's next for year 2?
Okay, so year 2, I'm so excited about year 2. We are going to probably keep the same slate of classes. We have over 80 a month, which is plenty. We don't really need to grow that direction. We want to offer a pay-what-you-can yoga teacher training. Yoga teacher training is so expensive, and it makes it very, very difficult for people to be able to train to teach unless they can afford it. So pay-what-you-can yoga teacher training, and then we just announced that we're going to plant a community garden. What does that mean? It means we're going to do the labor and provide the resource to plant a garden, and anyone can come harvest from that garden. The idea is this idea of community care that we're really trying to live into in the studio. We're going to take it outside of our walls, and we're going to actually help nourish people.
And that's just going to be at the Spotlight Theater?
Yeah, on the west side of the building. We just put it out on social media today. We are definitely still looking for anyone who wants to contribute resources to that, lumber, soil, things of that nature. But we really will it's just open for people to come harvest from it. And then we're also going to donate a portion of that to local food pantries.
Before you leave, Sarah, really quickly, when you talk about building out your community and taking care of it, you're doing that with the Pay What You Can restaurant in town. Listen to this. They had 4,200 guests come this year, so you're donating $4,200 to Nest. I mean, walk me through that decision.
So we were coming up on our 1st anniversary, and everybody throws a big party, and that just didn't track for me. And the thing that we talk a lot about community care in the studio, which the way we define that is I come with what I have, you do the same, together we find out that we have enough. And because we found out that we had more than enough, instead of putting that back into a party, I just asked the question, like, how do we take it outside of our walls? The obvious connection was to help feed people. And so not just for this first year, but for every visit moving forward, we're going to donate $1 for every visit to Nest Cafe so that we can expand their capacity to actually feed people. So you could come to Sanctuary tomorrow, come to a class, not donate $1, and we're going to offer $1 back to Nest to help feed people in the community.
Sarah, I'm so blown away every time we talk about your mission, the way that you're putting into action, and just what you do for this community.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a year.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
For you guys at home, if you want to check out Sanctuary Studios for yourself, you can head over to WQAD.com and just click on the As Seen on TV tab at the top of the homepage.